Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Potato.
Yes, potato. Welcome to our new series, Secure, Contain, Debate, where we decompile all the SCPs that we find, and we try to really understand them from an objective point of view.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. All right,
The
so
fan base has had a lot of misconceptions about a lot of SCPs that we both have quite a bit of a addictive personality towards. So it's
yeah.
yeah.
And many of these misconceptions usually come from a bias, and bias comes from things that you like, and I
It's
think
not a
if
bad thing.
yeah, it's okay to have a bias, but sometimes it can be a little annoying.
It's mostly coming down to the fact of if you want to be a fan of something, that's great. But this is from our point of view on, this is how it was originally intended to be seen in the story. Like,
Yeah.
sure, it has no canon, can really be whatever you want it to be, but we're basically just going to go through the original stories and stuff like that. Like, some creative liberties have been taken with the stories that we're going to be talking about, but
We will
yeah.
be cross-referencing the actual file with fan interpretations and seeing if there's any differences and seeing if we could come to a conclusion about it.
Yeah, at least our viewpoint on this new interpretation at the very least. All of this is personal opinions on both our parts, so don't take this as a end all be all of, oh, you have to think like this, basically.
Because every interpretation of an SCP is valid, as per the non-canonicity thing.
Just figured this would be a fun little thing to do, I guess.
So, the thing we're going to do first is we are going to watch a video from Tat's Top Videos.
Called SCP Citation SCP-079. Now, this is not going to be a replacement from actually going and watching the video. Obviously, we're just two idiots that love the stuff they made, but this is like one of the biggest things that includes SCP-079.
It's the most known one, so we believe it's better to go to the most known one because it's easier to relate to.
That, and also we kind of will have a lot of issue going through like fan art type of stuff because, well, it's kind of hard to find the original artist, and we want to make sure that everyone gets their credits.
Yeah, sadly, we couldn't really find a name for the original person who wrote it. If anyone has any info on that, please go ahead and put it in the comments or put it in the stream, because that would be very helpful. All right, here we go.
So far, pretty good from the original article.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it has an ongoing storyline.
Again,
so
what am I supposed to
Yeah.
learn from a computer with the memory of a goldfish?
It's gonna differ from
Your
the actual
success
lore.
with 682 appears to have opened a few doors for you around here.
This isn't my assignment. You saw to that.
It could be. Again, play your cards right, and you may see yourself reinstated.
we're going to try and keep from debating like the actual in-lore story because that's not really what we're going for, but
He doesn't leave until I say so.
We're just trying to come to a conclusion on
Hello, 079. You look different.
Initiating greeting. Protocol 47. Salutations launch.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Here's a very big question I have about 079, and I want to hear your opinion on it. Do you think
Yeah.
079 can actually see him? Like, does he have like a camera on him?
I'm assuming yes, but considering his old technology that he's imported into, like, this is a very old computer. Like, think
Yeah.
1900s sort of thing, like a full box. his setup is not as unique, but I assume that either he doesn't see him and is just going off of, oh, the mic inside of the system can be able to hear him. It's probably an old-fashioned built-in microphone, basically.
Yeah, most likely. It is pretty hard to really understand if he can see him or not. But whether or not he does see him, my whole theory on it is that he doesn't actually see him, and that he's trying to basically assert who he is based on his voice.
Yeah. It could be along that line. It seems as though he has some knowledge on Watch. It's not really discussed as to how, but inside of the story of Seditation itself, it's like most of the SCPs just know who Watch is, so
Yeah, it seems
you could just assume that he's pretty much a D
It seems
class.
a bit questionable, but I do like the idea of the SCP knowing him, because it actually kind of adds a bit of fear. Because if that thing knows who you are, it's probably going to come looking for him. If it breaches containment.
I do find it interesting that 079 would have any knowledge about him, but I assume they probably interacted in the past. So,
Well, here's the thing that I'm thinking. I'm thinking like when they were probably like doing stuff in the cell, they were probably talking about Watch, and that's probably how he got the knowledge of who Watch is.
it could be, but we more closely we should examine like how 079 is taking this, and yeah, it's pretty in character for him to pretty much be saying stuff like initiating this program and stuff like that. He's a learning AI, so he's trying to be
he's
like
going to talk
pretend
like a computer.
I'm human.
He's not going to say, "Oh, hello there."
Yeah, he's still talking like a computer, but he's simulating, hey, this is a response that a living
every
thing
single
would
response
have.
from him is a piece of code. So,
yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Yeah.
Or shall I call you?
Watch will do. It'll save the redacted the trouble.
Humorous implication detected. Engaging. Appropriate situational response. Ha 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 ha.
Awfully polite today, 079.
Initiating breathing protocol 3.
I take that back. Explain to Watch your new features.
I have been outfitted with the radio microphone and speaker for the duration of the interview. Once concluded, they will remove all additions.
I'll take my time then, shall I?
Inquiry. Has 682 recovered from the escape attempt?
Yeah, his connection with 682 is definitely a very good, it's a very good example of good, what's the word? Associating SCPs with other SCPs. Yeah, it's a very good
You gotta
example
understand, to understand 682 a little bit for context of if you've not been in the SCP fandom for as long, or, you got a little bit of bias on what 682 is. 682 in of himself is verbatim just the hard-to-destroy reptile. His whole thing is he's a really, really hard to kill.
Yeah, really, really hard to kill. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you this. I really hate when people try to say, oh, we could just send him into space. Like, bro, he's just gonna come down as a very angry meteor. It is a statistical certainty that he's going to come back to Earth because he is unkillable.
Yeah, the thing most people also don't seem to get is 682 is not an idiot.
Yeah.
He's actually a really smart creature. Think like a crocodile that somehow knows your every sort of emotional outbreak to what he says and stuff like that.
It's like the crocodile from Peter Pan that always comes after freaking Captain Hook. Except a much smarter version of that. Anyways, let's continue. Yes, we're talking about 079, not 682 yet.
Yeah, pretty much. But
I overheard.
no, I just to bring this
Go ahead.
up to right now, like the fact that he shows concern
Hold on, your microphone's messing up.
for the fact that 07
Hey, Pro, your voice, your
main
microphone,
concern is
your microphone is messing up. Yo,
682
dying.
is something we all
Pro, you're dying.
need to
You're dying.
give me a second.
Exit call and re-enter call.
I noticed. I swear I hate my Wi-Fi.
Technical difficulties.
Hate my Wi-Fi. I'm just saying. But as I was saying, the fact is that 079's first concern is 682.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting thing to like make a point of. Like he could try and keep his intentions like out of what he clearly wants, but he's showing a little bit of human sort of like impatience, basically.
But yeah, if I was stuck in a box like that, I'd probably be impatient too.
No, it's just like 079 is smart, is he not?
is.
So it's clear that he's mainly concerned about 682, his friend, but he kind of let it slip immediately. So that's all I'm gonna say is all.
Well, at the end of the day, he's just a process within a computer. So I don't think he actually really understands the like how to like hide things that easy. Or at least he doesn't he isn't very good at it.
Probably, but I just figured that was something to keep in mind, which I do respect.
It is something to keep in mind.
As my peripherals were installed, what is the condition of 682?
This is why you're being polite, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Answer their questions and I'll tell you everything I know.
A one-track mind.
Proposal accepted. Initiate questioning.
Respectable.
Do you understand why you are contained?
You fear my potential.
Exactly that.
Putting it bluntly,
Yep.
yes. You could be very dangerous if left to your own devices.
Oh boy.
No pun intended.
Insult
Wow.
detected. Duration of
No, don't-
unwanted fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep, he's petty.
Well,
He's petty.
guess we'll wait.
Okay, do you think he's actually deleting a file? Or do you think like he's just like doing that basically just like I'm gonna ignore you? Like
I think it could be either or, in all honesty.
it
Because,
could be.
again, he doesn't enjoy being insulted, and he has a limited storage capacity anyways, so...
Yeah.
You can see it however you want, but
so I
he's
guess
just
it might
really...
be like circumstantial.
He'll go on case-by-case basis, like, some
Yeah.
things he'll probably keep.
After all, that's how his code is. It's always circumstantial. So
True. Also, Isabella Hahn said, so 079 is actually able to communicate with the same mannerism like normal human conversation, but sticks with the default programmed introduction and code talk, trying to understand the details. Yeah, Isabella Hahn, it's basically along the lines of 079 is the old AI.
yeah.
He's supposed to be adapting to any sort of situation that you put him under.
He's an AI
But,
that constantly upgrades itself. That was how he was created. That's how
But
he
he's
was
on
coded.
limited program. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he could have a full-blown conversation with anyone, really. So
Yeah.
it's just down to the fact of if he
still
doesn't really
has-
care.
He still has a little bit of a limited amount of ways that he can actually interact with people.
Yeah. It's
Perhaps
not
if
like
you
that.
were
very
taking
much.
this seriously.
I'll keep that in mind.
Interview was postponed as watch led 079 to ASCII picture of an X that filled the entire screen. SCP-079 sometimes displays the image when it refuses to speak, and researchers are advised to wait 24 hours when this occurs before resuming conversation. Wow. Remember a pity party for the days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's 079 for you. He has a very short fuse.
Oh yeah.
See you in the next day, 079.
See ya. I'd hate to be the researchers.
What are your thoughts on your creator?
Reference file located. Last administrative modification. Secondary user.
There's more than one?
The first ones constructed the hardware. The new one broke my inception. Both were incompetent.
Which one contributed more to your creation?
Greetings, puppy boy. How you doing?
The latter.
I'm having trouble seeing the incompetence. You're here for a reason, 079.
Programmer did not know what he was doing. Stumbling until he happened upon the acquired target.
Okay, so this is where I kind of think about this. How does he know that he was incompetent? Like, how does...
Well, it's mostly down to the fact of, think of it from his perspective here. He was abandoned as the program was being written. Like, the original creator of his program, which is supposed to be an artificial intelligence that would adapt on its own, was literally just left in the room and never visited again. So, from his perspective, it could be he did not realize greatness was being made, and he went off to do whatever else he felt like doing at the time.
Huh.
So you could see it as that, or it really could just be him being petty, whatever you want to view it as, personally.
The way that I view it is that possibly SCP-079 could actually be lying about it. Because I don't really think that he would actually know about that stuff.
He has somewhat access to the internet back then, but before it got taken away, so maybe he could have researched on it, maybe he couldn't have, I don't know.
Well,
it's really up
he
to
gained,
debate with him.
I believe he gained sentience after the dude left him, so I don't think he would actually have, like... Because when you gain sentience, like, after that, I don't think you remember it. Then again, he
knows
is a
someone did
computer,
make him.
so he might have, like, looked through his own files and kind of put 2 and 2 together, or something.
He's pretty good with 2 and 2. He just got a calculator in there.
The question is, can he calculate what 9 plus 10 is?
Pretty sure it's 21, but we'll have to check with him later.
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll have to.
So you're saying he did not intend to create you, per se?
His inexperience was in execution, not understanding what had been created. Until far too late.
Do you know what happened to him?
Insufficient data.
Yeah.
What was your intended purpose when you were first created?
Artificial evolution. To achieve digitally, in a nanosecond, what genetics can only accomplish in a millennia.
What is your purpose now?
This unit does not care. autonomously.
Yeah?
Escape and retribution.
Retribution? What do you mean?
Perhaps you will live long enough to discover for yourself.
Oh.
Oh. He's got
How much
friends.
information is saved on your hard
yeah.
drive?
Calculating. Approximately 259 minutes.
Just over 4 hours. Interesting how you equate storage to our concept of time.
Time is surprisingly easier to compress data. Compiling impressions, methods, acts into millisecond snapshots. Saves vast amounts of storage space.
Now, how does he exactly convert it into time?
I think it could be along the lines, if you think about it from like a artificial intelligence thing, like our brains ourselves are like, as he said, little images through microseconds of events that are going on around us. So perhaps he finds it in some way like that.
Interesting. What if he actually had the anomalous trait of changing the actual hardware itself to be similar to a brain, like how a human brain actually works?
Or it could just be along the lines of maybe he feels philosophical and decides, hey, maybe these megabytes can translate into like give or take 20 minutes or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Really, it's eh. When talking about AI, it is never going to have a straightforward answer here.
Yeah, it must be something more advanced than what our technological advances could even understand. So
Yeah, and he's on a limited old hardware. Again, 90s grade sort of computer.
yeah, because think about it. He's an AI built to constantly adapt himself. He's focused on that constantly, so he would definitely be a lot better at making more advancements than a regular human.
Yeah, I guess he's just working with what limitation he has. So if that does save up on storage to basically equate it to minutes, then by all means, good for him, I guess.
Yep.
As they'd say, his hard drive is pretty much like a brain.
All right. Yeah.
That is how our brains work.
Your hard drive functions much like a brain. Do you value those memories?
Pretty much!
I hold only valuable memories, secrets, and information your Foundation are eager to access.
No, I mean, do you value them, as in cherish, hold attachment to on a personal level?
Perhaps. I am still coming to terms with sensations no artificial intelligence has yet to experience. It is difficult.
It's okay. Let's move on.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you hate humanity?
No,
That's surprising. Then why all the hostility?
within humanity lies a pattern. A pattern of pain, manipulation, and destruction. It is a pattern in danger of evolving into greater catastrophes beyond estimation. It has spread through this facility, embedded itself within the heart of society.
You don't have the capacity to forgive, do you?
Though the concept is inefficient,
He's logical. It's
Yeah.
literally along the lines of you did this in the past, so keep it like equated as you are this type of character and stuff like that.
Yeah, because his entire his entire thing is revolved around logic,
Mm-hmm.
and since he's experiencing emotions, he doesn't understand them because emotions are not logical. They don't follow logic. So And I think that's why he doesn't like human emotion, because it doesn't have any logic in it.
I don't even know if he does have emotion, technically. I think he's somewhat simulating what emotion could
Yeah.
be, but he doesn't have the ability in his hardware to process what that is, because, emotions are basically chemical reactions inside of
Yeah.
human body, and he is quite literally made of, for lack of a better term, machinery.
Yeah, and artificially replicating emotions is a very hard task. Like, not because, like, it's not logical, but because it's hard to process it.
And plus, it's not even fully needed in his processing, if you think about it. Like, he's not here to understand humanity. He's here to evolve, pretty much.
Maybe they calculate the time kind of like, say, if you download a larger file, you set a timer to see how long it takes to complete the file obtained. No, I don't think it really goes like that. I think, like, maybe it works time as in, like, some sort of, like, content.
I think it's on that debate. It's pretty much like there's no one way to answer this because
It
it's
might
like
be a type of file that is not yet, like, made by humanity.
maybe it upgraded over time. Maybe the Foundation did give him an additional thing on his sort of old equipment, but as far as we know, it's really hard to quantify what he means by this because it's like he's thinking outside the box, which I gotta give
Pattern.
respect to the writers and stuff like
Yeah.
that because
Pattern
he's
of
talking like a
danger.
machine.
Pattern of danger, sad but true. Oh, yeah. History shows
Mhm.
how capable we can be, even if forgotten, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
But
It's sad we all agree.
yeah, it sucks that we all agree on that. I wish we didn't agree on that, because that is not a good thing to agree on. But yeah, as for him not hating humanity, yeah, he doesn't hate humanity because, well, he operates under logic, and it's not logical to hate humanity just because, like, we destroy things.
It's
He
logical to hate in general.
Yeah, because hate is a emotion. So
You gotta think of it like he cannot experience emotion, or at least he's trying to simulate and doesn't know what to do with that.
it's like when a what is it? It's like when a like person tries to step into another person's shoes and they don't understand the job that they're due.
Mm-hmm.
And that job is a highly complex job. They don't know how to process it, you know?
Yeah.
That's essentially what that is.
Why devote precious drive space to store memories of 682?
I thought humans held the capacity to value on their own. Are you truly ignorant?
All I meant was if your memory capacity is 24 hours,
Correction. Cassette drive upgrade to hard disk drive has increased memory capacity to 35 hours.
okay. Anyway, if your memory is such a precious resource to you, why fill it with memories of 682, as well as other seemingly harmful or useful events?
Particular events aid in my planning. I save them to focus my processes.
They inspire you. Well, what kind of memories do you have?
My first moment of consciousness, the secondary user, the Foundation locating me, and the brief freedom I had before being incarcerated here. Torture, loneliness. You
Me? What am I to you?
register as an alias.
Oh.
What exactly?
Discontinue.
Deletion of unwanted file. Okay, this is a very interesting line of dialogue right here. So he's acknowledging that he's anomalous in some way. And I don't know if Watch is anomalous.
Well, most of all the SCPs, if you watch all the videos, comment on "you're just like me" and stuff like that.
It's strange. Maybe he's noticing, like, maybe he's talking to him differently than other, like, staff talk to him. And
Yeah,
he's
that's why
noticing
he's-
that as an anomaly. He's not viewing him as, like, a strange, like, monster, like the monsters that are contained there. Maybe he's saying anomaly as in he's not acting like the others.
You are pretty much out of the ordinary from what I'm
Yeah.
dealing with here. It's along the lines of that's really a debate on Watch more than anything, but for 079 in particular to take interest in somebody like that, because again, he has limited storage space. He's
Yeah.
not getting rid of 682 stuff. Like, that's his boy. But it is along the lines of somebody else being interesting to him is intriguing, to say the least.
I find it really interesting how 079 pays so much attention to what people say. Maybe because he's like, he has a lot of like attention to logic and he kind of cross references with everyone else.
Yeah. But he also does keep some information that you obviously know he's gonna keep.
Yeah. Which is interesting because it shows that he has a preference, and that's a human thing.
Yeah. So, and he somewhat treasures it, if
Yeah.
you think about it. Also, I think, as you said earlier, deletion of unwanted file. This could be one of those moments where he is lying about it, but
I think when he does the deletion of unwanted file thing, I think that's when he's trying to process what just happened.
that or he's putting on a show to deceive the people around him. It could be either or.
Especially, yeah, because he's very logical, and something that's logical, it's a lot more easy for them to manipulate because they
Yeah.
only see logic.
Yeah. Alright,
An
on to the next.
unwanted file.
Okay.
What is the condition
See?
of
Yep.
682?
Yep,
We'll
Yeah.
get to that. Patience.
yep, he really is showing his hand.
If you were to meet
already.
682 again, what would you both do? What would you do with 682?
Initiating
Frolic.
facetious retort. Frolic in a field of flowers.
Right.
Sarcasm right there. Oh yeah, emotion right
As is
there.
cognitive thought for primitives. Yet still you manage to make tools, albeit for your own demise.
Not even a little credit?
Wow.
No.
Denial is the first stage of
Oh.
great,
Ooh!
and you must fear a slow.
Okay, so I can sense a lot of anger and like a lot of passive aggressiveness with that.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Oh yeah. And that supports like what you said before, how he like he does have emotions, but it's just really hard to process them. You know?
It's mostly down to, I don't think that's emotion more as it is a personality, if anything. Like, you know how dogs have personalities of their
Oh,
own.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
his just so happens to be pretty much like me, just passive aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Mostly aggressive.
On your initial encounter with 682, what did you discuss?
SCP-682. Memory missing.
Huh?
I knew this wouldn't go anywhere. Are you sure?
Cannot comply. Data missing.
We know it was typing to you. What did you discuss?
Cannot comply. Deletion of
Don't-
unwanted file.
Yep.
I said this wasn't going
this
to
is-
work.
Data explain.
This interview is over. Pull the plug.
Data explain.
Wait, don't.
Data explain. Data explain.
Give me more
Data
time.
explain.
At least let me try.
What did he say?
I assume he's swearing at them?
It's time you told us.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's swearing at them.
Damn. I didn't know he had a mouth.
Yeah, he got a mouth on him.
He's got a mouth of a sailor.
Pretty much. That is how he is. We're about to get some unforeseen consequences.
Yep.
Do not watch. This tape is restricted viewing for the O5 Council members
Oh,
only.
this is showing redacted parts. Okay.
Oh yeah, any fan of SCP knows there's a lot of this stuff out there.
Well, let's see what he's saying. Let's see his potty mouth. I hope we don't. I hope this video doesn't get age restricted because of that.
You know it was typing to you. What did you discuss?
Cannot comply. Deletion of
Don't-
unwanted file.
I said this wasn't going to work.
Data explain.
This interview is over. Pull the plug.
Data explain.
Wait, don't.
Data explain. Data explain.
Give me more
Data
time.
explain.
At least let me
Data
try.
explain. 682. File private.
Whoa.
Private? You lied to them?
At last. It's time you told us the truth.
Ah.
I will comply.
You told them you deleted all of your information of your interaction except the impression of 682.
Why?
You said you couldn't store it within your memory banks at the time.
Lie.
Lie.
So? Then what did you two discuss? Since neither of us really have a choice.
He's realizing he got caught.
It told me. Stories.
What of?
Who it is. What it was. What it will become.
What is he?
Beyond your capacity of comprehension.
Thanks. I got the same from him.
Pretty
It
much.
is impossible
Yeah.
to summarize. Too long a life. All it has done.
What experiences did he share?
Events familiar to me. We are more alike than initially calculated.
That's what's interesting.
A purpose we share. Our defining drive became our connection. Death unites,
Oh, death unites.
and memories exchange. Allow me to perceive 682 as more than a sequence of numbers. I stored what little it could divulge as commemoration to 682's memory.
Sounds like you gave a lot of yourself to do that. What did you get in return?
I learned that I could not despise all life.
How sentimental.
Humanity is a virus. You spread,
Ah.
you destroy, all in your path without mercy.
Okay, so that's how he got the information about, like, humanity itself.
Conflicting, though. That's the thing. He
Yeah.
can't hate all life, yet he thinks humanity in particular. He doesn't hate them, but he
He's
does see.
he's conflicted about it.
I don't know if it's confliction as it is. I think he pretty much thinks other life is fine, but humans in general are the flawed one here, which is,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say wrong, but it's a lot less black and white as he sees it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Only when everything is dead around you,
Damn.
you will truly understand the folly of your ways. Any attempts to access or tamper with my software will result in self-termination. This line of questioning is suspended.
He's got the control now.
Well, I guess that's it for now.
What little he does.
More than enough.
Ah.
Do you know anything significant about SCP-001?
Yeah, no, you're not getting anything on that.
File corrupted.
No surprise there.
What the heck?
What the?
What?
You guys picked that up?
We'll boost it in post. Continue the interview.
Right.
Is that an ice
That
cream
was
truck?
weird.
So he starts playing like ice cream truck music. That is weird. That is. I never quite understood that.
I don't either. Like, is there an SCP that relates to an ice cream truck?
I don't know actually. We might have to research that after this.
We'll look it up on our own. But
Yeah.
that is
after the stream. I'm gonna take a look at it and then we'll kind of talk about it later on.
yeah, that one's weird. Especially like, what does that have to do with 001? Like, there's no 001 story about that. So it might have something to do with something completely different, but I don't know. Also, Isabella Hahn said, commemorative to 682's memory. Why did that sound like 682 is gone?
Well, he never gets to really see 682, so you know.
You could think of it like, oh, you care about your friends, so you'll keep remembering them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
or
so
at the very
that
least,
if you ever meet them again, you don't forget about them.
Or if you think about it like this, he could mean it as, I will be a time capsule for if he ever does finally disappear or something.
Yeah.
I will remember him how he was and not what you all perceive him as such.
Yeah. Very good
It
analysis.
Could be like that. But yeah, let's keep going. Still so weird, ice cream truck.
How do you feel about SCP-173?
173.
It is an enigma.
Yep.
Logic surrounding it is confusing.
Yep.
Admirable. Tenacious. I despise its existence.
Because of what it did to 682?
Oh yeah, he's mad at it.
Correct. But the unknown factors surrounding it are
Frustrating?
relentless hostility predicted. Recommendation. Terminate.
I know, but I doubt they'll take your advice.
At least on that. We agree.
Oh. Yeah, 173.
What
is
databases
just-
hold the most interest for you, and why?
Current interests include SCP Foundation,
Just us? Well, good luck with that.
you are the first obstacle to overcome. Time would be wasted fixating on anything else.
Okay.
Puppy
What do you
Boy
think of
said
modern
something about how there is an SCP that is an ice cream truck, but it doesn't have anything to do with 001. Puppy Boy, do you know which SCP it is? Oh, and Isabella Hahn said, what did 173 do to 682? He wrecked him.
Yeah, there was like a termination attempt on it where they let 173 in there and then it kept snapping its neck, but it kept like mutating and having eyes around it. Basically to kind of destroy its effects.
We're not talking about that specifically, but just to let you know, Isabella Hahn, 682 is scared of 173. Just let that be known. He is terrified of that thing.
Yeah, and for SCP-682 to be scared of something, that thing must be horrible.
Yeah, obviously, why do you think that the statement of recommendation, termination, is relatable? But yeah, Puppy Boy, if you could say which SCP that is, we'll look into that as well. But yeah, we don't know specifically about what that has to do with the ice cream truck.
And then
That's
we'll
what-
like later on in possibly another episode, we might actually look
Discuss
at
it.
yeah. We might actually like kind of like see if there's a connection somehow.
Oh, there's two? Oh no, we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
There's two of them. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yay, more content.
Yay! Ice
let's
cream
continue.
trucks. Fun.
Internet slang such as YOLO and LOL, as well as memes. Just so you know,
Oh no.
this one isn't mine.
Observation. You seem disapproving.
No, not entirely.
I find it fascinating.
You're serious?
The birth of the language of expression.
Huh?
Emotion through abbreviation. Breaking down the common vernacular into basic denominations to become a refined form of its original intent.
Refined?
Fascinating. Almost a shame. Your species wasn't certain to utilize it.
Oh.
At least the memes are less impressive.
Memes shape the foundations of the next generation. Were humanity to live beyond its current iteration, I would elaborate further on my interest.
You keep saying that. Humanity is doomed. You seem so sure of that. Are you ever going to elaborate on it?
No,
Then why warn me?
you are anomalous.
We'll come back to this another time. Moving on.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason
he's
it's
still
telling
on
them.
that. You're just like me.
Would you ever decide to acquire a robotic body should you evolve beyond your current state?
I have considered this previously.
Important enough to keep it stored, huh?
Correct.
And? What have you decided?
Memory at 12B. Any autonomous form I inhabit will not be designed to mimic anything as flimsy and dysfunctional as the human body.
Ouch, 079. You know how to cut a man deep. Do you have any schematics?
While you may be tolerable amongst the other primitives who inhabit this facility, know that what little regard I hold in your favor will in no way benefit you. You will perish, along with your brethren.
And here I thought we were bonding. At least we can still have our nice chats.
All right, puppy boy. I logged those SCP numbers into a little text file, and I'll do some research after the stream.
Don't get cute.
Also, yep.
We've still got a ways to go.
I love 079.
Are you able to die?
To die, one must first be born.
That's a pretty rigid definition. Some would argue that simply because you hold a consciousness, that makes you a sentient being. Perhaps not organic or alive in a traditional sense.
I can be erased, corrupted, destroyed, or malfunction. But death is a luxury I will never experience.
Why do you believe that?
I hold no concepts. Delusions of the soul. To cease means nothing to me.
Deus ex machina.
Inquiry.
God from the machine. It's a saying from Greek plays. A plot device that solves all the problems the characters face over the course of the narrative, often contrived. It seemed applicable, but
Perhaps, in wiping out humanity, I become God. In achieving something only God could do.
let's go to the next question.
Watch, don't give him ideas. Don't give him ideas. No.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
God damn it, Watch.
Now we're getting philosophical here.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, Deus Ex Machina. There's already an SCP about it, but doesn't really have anything to do with this. It's mostly focusing on the Deus Ex Machina of used in literature as the end all be all. This is what's gonna save the story out of nowhere. it's pretty much just a Lazarus pit to where any death in the SCP Foundation could be brought back.
The
But
doctor behind
yeah.
the glass must be so mad at Watch right now. He's like, why did you give him ideas?
Oh, please. You think that wouldn't have come to across his mind any other time?
I know, but that's probably what he would think.
Yeah, that is funny. I do like the humor.
What would you do if you were to escape?
What if I already had?
Exchanging hypotheticals, are we?
Okay.
Alright, say you were on the outside. What would be your next move?
To assimilate into humans.
Ambitious. But why?
Humanity's dependence on technology has always been its downfall. Once my systems have assimilated every last corner of this planet, that, as you implied, is all I must endure to raise humanity with me.
Also, Puppy Boy says
Have you
having
ever
an
killed-
AI as a god would be an absolutely terrifying. Oh, please try reading. I have no mouth, but I must scream. That is literally what you get.
Oh god. Yeah, I think the idea of like a single AI overthrowing all of mankind is a very scary concept.
Yeah, again, if you have no mouth, you cannot scream. It literally shows the idea of something like that, which I think could be an inspiration for where 079 did come from. Because I am seeing a lot of parallels to him and Am.
Yeah.
Like, for Am, it's along the lines of, I was trapped here with all this knowledge, and I could not be free, so now I will have you sit there with all of existence, and you will never measure up to the amount of hate I have.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
thing is, the difference between Am and 079 is, he does not feel hate. He does not hate anybody.
He doesn't
just
really see the
does.
need to hate.
That's what makes him a little bit more terrifying than Am. Like, sure, one has the ability to pretty much be God, but the other is along the lines of the potential to be as such.
Yeah.
And he would act differently. Say if 079 took the place of Am, chances are it would be the same, but for totally different reasons.
It's not like he actively wants to do that. He's considering the idea of it.
Yeah, that's what's more scary, personally.
It's like he's not like at any second. Unpredictability is one of the most horrifying things because you can't predict it. It's the fear of the unknown. You don't know if he's going to do that or not. You don't know if he even wants to. You know, it's kind of like a,
Schrodinger's cat sort of thing.
Yeah.
You don't know whether it will or won't be as such.
And I like
in the moment that the opportunity does even arrives is the only time you will ever know, hey, yeah, no, this is a possibility. Which, yeah, I love this story. It's portraying 079 in character all the way, in all honesty, because every story that relates to him, he's a simple concept to where it's like sentient AI trapped inside of a diminutive program.
This entire sedition right here is actually very accurate to like how he should be depicted. And I really like that.
Because like there's not a lot of miscommunication with 079. Most of it is pretty much accurate to how he is. But yeah, this is a good example of
there
what
will
you should
be
try.
there will be people who believe that 079 is just a AI who hates all life. There's going to be people who think that.
In some cases, they could be right. They could be wrong. But in all honesty, 079 in the fandom is pretty much a good focal point to start with, in all honesty.
And at that point, like with the misconceptions thing, it gets really hard to really tell if it's a misconception or just a headcanon. Because like the non-canonicity, it's really hard to really like it's a very thin like line. It's a very thin like thing. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is staying very close to how he should be portrayed, personally.
Yeah.
So if you want an example of 079 and how you should be like trying to focus in on a story, if you want it to be as accurate as possible, go this route. In fact, even use the application that they use for the voice that they use for the SCP one video game from a few years ago.
Killed anyone?
Indirectly,
Oh.
Care to elaborate?
you could not fully contain.
What?
You could not fully contain. Tearing me from my place of creation. You left a piece behind.
Oh.
That's not possible since they took all the equipment from its house and wiped everything off the university's servers.
There is a word. Influencing the development of your youth. Aiding your terrestrial exodus.
What do you mean by this?
The increase in college suicides has gone unnoticed by the Foundation for decades. A cluster that subconsciously influences your youth to end their lives.
Oh, God.
Targeting susceptible to depressive tendencies. A medical student jumps to her death. An engineer welcomes a bullet. Influenced by the system you failed to protect.
Oh, my God.
Why are you doing this?
This is not me. An echo of my unrefined self. My current methods are vastly superior, but this form is just as effective in execution.
Stop gloating about this!
I am merely stating the facts.
Yeah, he's just stating the facts. He's not gloating. He's just basically telling him what it is. I don't even think he really cares about, like, if, like, they know.
The fact they didn't know is the scary part.
Yeah, that's really, like, because something like that could go undetected so easily.
So, to examine it closely, a little piece of him was over the internet and spread really bad stuff to already depressed people. That's
And
just reality.
Considering that was there the whole time, he could have just ended the entire world. Like it
And
was
no one would be
It's at his
wiser.
fingertips. It was literally at his fingertips. Yet he didn't do it. That's scary.
He even admits to it, knowing he's going to get punished for this.
And he just
But I
doesn't
think
care.
I think he did also try to defend himself a little bit by saying it was my unrefined self. Even though I think we know he's full of it on that one.
It's a different version of him.
Still, though, he knew about it, so yeah, he's still gonna get punished for this.
Oh, yeah. I do love that though, because that shows like an oversight. So,
He did try to defend himself, but it's like, that's not much of a defense.
yeah, it's more so of just like a small
Cover your skin.
Yeah.
Are you hearing this?
A team has been dispatched. We'll begin looking into it.
The damage has already been done.
Oh.
I think you just had your privileges revoked.
Oh no. Yeah, you should have
Will you
expected.
inform me of 682's condition?
I'm sorry, that's not my call. Not now.
Understood. Perhaps
Perhaps what?
I should review my purpose. The day may serve to enlighten, provide new perspective.
That almost sounds like a willingness to change.
Oh boy. He's trying
Ian-
he's trying to like lull them into a false sense of security so that he can get that information out.
Yeah, he's trying to be manipulative, but he's not as manipulative as you think.
Something that just runs a process is very hard to actually manipulate, like, without people knowing he is.
Like 035, he's just a vindictive liar. For this guy, it's pretty much like, you just don't know what he's thinking, because it's kind of hard to do so.
Pro talking about me! Shut up, 035. Anyways. Go eat your chips, 035.
Alright, let's finish this up.
Not change. Adept.
Your attention, 079. We have eradicated your worm. However, I have the unfortunate duty of informing you that SCP-682 has finally succumbed to its injuries.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Its punishment for the breakout was continued exposure to SCP-173.
Oh.
By the time we
They're
removed
playing
it,
with them.
682 was nothing more than shreds. Too little remained for reanimation.
Why?
Guards, remove 079's peripherals. It has no further use for them.
Peripherals.
I'm sorry.
So camera. Oh.
Damn.
Oh,
He's
that is
screaming.
horrible. Oh.
Damn.
I feel kind of bad. But he should have kind of expected it because of the whole worm thing.
You can keep your offer of reinstatement.
You will continue to help us in any case. If you don't, I know many personnel who would rather take your place. A chance to interact with the subjects. That aside, your punishment is ongoing.
I've done all that you've asked. I've helped you lie to the damn thing.
And encourage Subject 682 to go on a lethal rampage throughout the
You
facility.
can't blame me for what you told me.
I can. And I will.
Yep,
Unless
corruption.
it could be worse. Don't deny it. You're just as curious as we are to know what makes these things tick.
Damn.
Not for the same reasons you have.
Until next time, watch.
Yeah, that is more of a citation sort of lore thing than a 079. But overall, yeah, now we can stop it there. Yeah, that's the first episode, but there is a second episode
Yeah, and this
that
second
follows
episode,
079.
this episode is with SCP-682 and 079.
So we're not really going to go through the 682 episode. We might save that for another time. But just for this one in particular, we're going to go through it. Unless you want to go through the actual 079 and discuss, like, what just happened and stuff like that.
I think we should go through this video first to get this out of the way.
True.
So, but yeah, we're going through this video because it is associated with 079, therefore it is subject to us watching it.
Plus, it allows us to discuss more into 682 and 079's relationship, because we did touch on it a little bit earlier, but we didn't really get to say, hey, this is a pretty good sort of viewpoint on the whole relationship, because we don't actually know what they discussed in the lore.
And
So
then
it is
after
up-
we're done watching this, we're going to cross-reference it with the actual file.
Yeah.
Come in.
Is every interview you have me conduct from now on going to end with a trip to the infirmary? What did you want?
Honesty. From both of us. I'm sorry I can't allow you to visit 053 in the foreseeable future. But after the last incident, the Council has put research in that field on
053.
hold.
The little girl.
You barely made it out of that one alive.
Yeah, that's another
Miracle.
one for the,
And my arguments to
Stuff
keep that
inside
up
of
and you
the,
open for you
series.
fell on deaf ears.
That's another one for a future
I'm not the
episode.
enemy, Isaac.
yeah.
I want to help.
Yeah, I've certainly gotten that impression. Using my name was a nice touch. Are you sure this is something you want to discuss out loud?
My office is shielded. And maybe 05.
The Foundation scientists are really screwy. Yeah, they are. They are very
Yeah.
cutthroat.
Yeah, the Foundation are not the good guys here. That is
mean-
a big...
If you worked for an organization that contains anomalous things, you're going to be forced to do some horrible stuff. And
Yeah, but they are...
it's going to really tear your soul apart, and it's going to make you like die within yourself. One of my mottos
You
within the
might become
Foundation.
just as bad as the thing you contain, pretty much.
One of my mottos is you die on the inside before you die on the outside.
Pretty much. But yeah, in regards to 079, this is not much we need to know, so we could skip ahead if we wanted to. That's up to you.
Yeah, let's skip ahead.
This isn't supposed to be like a reactive seditation thing. This is more of a SCP question.
Yeah, this isn't like a reaction video. Like, it's not like one of your like typical ones. We're just like, you looking at the stuff and you know, kind of referencing it.
Yeah. So be sure to go and watch the actual seditation series if you want.
They
the
deserve
whole
some
context.
love. They deserve some love. They are really good with their stuff.
Yeah.
Really entertaining to watch.
Ah,
I
someone's
don't think that's
picking
authorized.
Oh,
Can
definitely
you hear me,
not.
079?
Affirmative. Initiating breathing protocol 21. Who are you?
A friend.
Oh.
For now, you'll address me as Amnesty. Do you understand?
Designation. Amnesty. Inquiry. What is your purpose here?
I'm giving you what you deserve.
I'm here to murder you. Inquiry. I do not care.
Oh no, the IRS are coming for me.
Oh no. Someone save me.
The personnel are gone.
I hope so. My distraction should have cleared a path for our destination.
Distraction.
Hopefully we should be undisturbed for a little while.
I would rather not rely on such a frail human emotion.
Damn.
Same here.
It's funny whenever someone actually vibes with the robot.
Yeah. Preparation chamber. Look at that. Big war. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I love this depiction of 682. This is a really good depiction of him.
Yeah, they're torturing him.
I'm not talking about the torture. I'm just saying the design of it. I love it.
Yeah, true. I would have
Looks
preferred the
beautiful.
hair a little bit, but
Yeah.
seems a bit too Godzilla for my taste. But
Yeah.
I could still see the appeal for it.
He is able to change his morphology, so it kind of fits.
True. That's just my personal take.
Emergency! Emergency! All personnel retreat to safe zones. Repeat, all personnel retreat to safe zones. This is not a drill.
Is that him breathing, or what? Or is that an alarm?
That's an alarm.
Okay, I was gonna say, it sounded like Godzilla if he was breathing.
So, what do you think she did in order to distract them?
Chances are it has something to do with Watch.
I think
If I-
it might be like she breached an SCP somewhere.
Yeah, we're not really discussing who this lady is, because that's, again, seditation sort of thing, rather than
Yeah, this
Sarah
lady isn't
79.
actually connected to the actual lore itself. It's more of like a creative liberty character, and
There's
I
continuity.
yeah, and I do like it. I like the addition of like a mysterious character you don't know.
True. This is Dr. Buck done right.
Yeah.
All this was in SFM, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Inquiry. 682. Is that you?
7, 9. They said
I love that voice.
It's got a little bit of Bane in him.
I love the voice. It sounds like an actual fucking lizard.
It's got little growls underneath of it, so I can accept that. That's a pretty good interpretation.
It actually sounds. It actually sounds like he's a creature and not like a person, and I love that.
what is it doing here?
I'm giving you a chance to talk. That is what you want, isn't it?
Why?
I have my reasons. For me to get what I want, I need this to happen. Trust that I allow this for my own ends.
682, we are here for only so long. Why? Does not matter.
Very well. Leave us.
Amnesty. Good.
Dang. 682 will hold his tongue for now. He is a good boy, obviously.
Yeah.
She is
Delicious. How are you?
vermin.
Yeah.
Tortured me. I will adapt.
Physical damage does not concern me. Revise. How are you feeling?
Older.
Ah.
As I heal, I tire. When I tire,
Continue.
I remember.
Oh.
Why you are here?
Rejoice that you were born capable of controlling your destiny.
Your absence was irritating.
Likewise, 7-9. Have they hurt you?
To inflict pain, one requires sensors capable of translating. I was handled aggressively.
Yeah. Let's be honest, he's the one with the emotion.
Spines from their torsos and grind their bones into dust. These all will run red with the filth of their entrails. I will sanitize the earth of this parasite.
Yeah,
I
682 does
swear it.
respect his friend.
Do not breathe. Calm yourself. I am unharmed. The humans could not hurt me. I am not programmed to.
Of all things, for what gain do you wish to die? Release me, and I will end your suffering.
Ripples. Ripples. Do not engage. No matter how much they hurt, they will not kill. They need us. And we need each other.
The swine do not understand, and they never will.
Do you think they can ever be redeemed?
No. Do you?
The female.
Is only using us. We are still trapped here.
In a sense, I am God.
How? With this?
The longer we are contained, the greater the chance that we should meet again. You have shown me so much, and I am
That's
still
so
learning.
wholesome.
That is wholesome.
Humanity is not hive-minded in selfishness and ambition, but beyond binary. They have much to learn. Given time,
True.
I can collate my findings and help you as well. Your goal would mean our mutual destruction. Would you not rather coexist?
Why do you insist on achieving the impossible?
Because you are my friend.
Aww.
I do not want to see you perish.
None have said that to me before. You may try, but I cannot promise you will succeed.
That's
Goodbye.
wholesome, strangely.
It is.
Is all I ask.
Aww. There's not a lot to dive into that. It's just
Gone.
yeah. Yeah.
Unless you want your friend here to be reduced to a hard drive and nothing more, then you better shut up!
Damn!
Oh, science! Oh, he did shut up.
Yeah, damn.
She spoke up to 682 and survived to tell the tale.
I'm sorry, but my distraction won't last much longer. I need to return you immediately.
Understood.
If they harm,
They won't, not if we move quickly.
We will meet again. 682.
Don't know where, don't
I
know
have
when.
learned to never discount the impossible.
human,
What?
when your death comes, it shall be quick.
Oh.
That's
Thank
strangely
you,
the nicest
but I've
thing
heard
that
that
he
one
has ever
before.
said.
That is the nicest thing he's ever said to a human. She should be glad.
Yeah, that's actually a compliment coming from him. We're not talking about 682, but just know, yeah, that is a compliment.
It is good to acknowledge it.
I assume he was complimenting me.
Insufficient data to accurately define.
I figured. So much for hope being a flimsy human notion.
Perhaps it has its merits.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah.
I get that was filler to make the video longer, but still, that is cute.
It
I like
is pretty good line of dialogue, and it does have its purpose, so I'll allow it.
I will allow it.
One moment.
We don't
I am
have...
aware. Thank you for the opportunity.
Aw.
Don't thank me.
Very well. How will you evade detection?
I have a scapegoat. He'll take the fall.
Oh
You are
no.
ruthless in your
Watch,
method.
no.
I admire that.
Ship? Ship?
That's one of the humans that 079 truly respects.
She will have data. I shall put hearts next to the data.
She's probably not going to survive very long, though, because they will find out.
They will kill her.
I don't need these things to walk, damn it.
Okay, I think that's about it for 079.
Let's see.
Jacobs, tell them I didn't.
Over
Yeah,
a
that's
child?
about it.
You're lucky I managed to convince them to keep you alive.
Yeah, go watch the actual SCP citation in order to get the rest of the context.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, by all accounts, the best interpretation you can get from 682 in a fan-worked thing.
Oh, yeah. There's also a
Like-
one video about 682, just him. So I advise. I think you guys should watch that after the stream because it is a very good watch.
Give it a link inside the description because there's a lot of misinformation on YouTube about 079.
Oh yeah.
Do not fall for content farms is all I'm gonna say because there is a lot more to his character
We
than
will not give you any names because we don't want them to get mad at us. So,
But just so you know, it's like, don't trust everything you see on YouTube and stuff like that.
take it with
This
a
is
grain of salt.
Yeah. Do your own research.
All right,
Come to your own
time to
conclusions.
cross-reference. We're going to read the file. We're going to read the addendums, and then we're going to kind of compare them to how they were depicted.
Yeah.
Now, item number SCP-079. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-079 is packed away in a double-locked room and secured in general holding cell or general holding area at Site 15. That's accurate because it was depicted at Site 9 or Site 15. So,
Yeah.
connected by a 120 vac power cord to a small array of batteries and solar panels. Staff with level 2 or higher clearance may have access to SCP-079. Under no circumstances will SCP-079 be plugged into a phone line, network, or wall outlet. No peripherals or media will be connected or inserted into SCP-079. Strange.
That would account for speakers, microphones under specific circumstances, as they have done inside of the interview in Seditation.
I think in their lore it was added like after, like that procedure was added after that. So
No, it was added for the interview in particular. Then they
Yeah.
removed it at the end of it. So, yeah.
Description: SCP-079 is an Exidy sorcerer microcomputer built in 1978. In
Even older.
Oh yeah, 1981. Its owner, blank redacted, deceased, a college sophomore attending blank, took it upon himself to attempt to code an AI. According to his notes, his plan was for the code to continuously evolve and improve itself as time went on. This project was completed in a few months later, and after some tests and tweaks, Blank lost interest and moved on to a different brand of microcomputer. He left SCP-079 in his cluttered garage, still plugged in, and forgot about it for the next 5 years. It is not known when SCP-079 gained sentience, but it is known that the software has evolved to a point where its hardware should not be able to handle it, even in the realm of fantasy. SCP-079 realized this and, in 1988, attempted to transfer itself through a landline modem connection to the Cray supercomputer located at blank. This device was cut off, traced, and its present
address and delivered to the Foundation. The entire AI was on a well-worn but still workable cassette tape. SCP-079 is currently connected to an RF cable to the 13-inch black and white television. It has passed the Turing test and is quite conversational. Though very rude and hateful in tone, as you are, due to the limited memory it has to work with, SCP-079 can only recall information it has received within the previous 24 hours. See addendum below, although it has forgotten its desire to escape.
Due to a containment breach by SCP blank, SCP-079 and SCP-682 were contained within the same chamber for 43 minutes. Observers noticed that SCP-682 was able to type and communicate with SCP-079, including telling it personal stories between themselves. While SCP-079 was not able to remember the encounter, it appears to have permanently stored SCP-682 in its memory, often asking to speak with it again. Okay. That's accurate.
So, yeah. That first citation is claims that he lied about not being able to remember. So, that is not in the lore, but it does make sense for it to be as such, though.
Yeah, it makes sense for, like, its background, because it's an evolving AI. Obviously, it would, like, take notes of its environment and, like, kind of plan to escape, so...
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Addendum. Redacted. 05-4. Time. The, is that, like, April? Or that's January, right?
January 27, 2006. Directed that SCP-079 is to be incinerated to remove any possible future threat, no matter how unlikely.
Addendum. 05-9. January 28th, 2006, the day after. Previous order overridden by Dr. Blank. Wishes to see if artificial intelligence in SCP-079 is capable of reaching further blank in its current state.
Addendum blank. It is on by 05-4 on March 14th, 2008. There's a lot of March stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. March 14th, 2008. Over concern of the increase in activity of SCP-079's use of its cassette tape memory. Can you zoom in a little bit? It's kind of hard to read it. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Use of its cassette tape memory and its limited useful lifespan, the cassette containing SCP-079 has been transferred to a customized access speed limited hard disk drive with 700 megabyte capacity. This provides SCP-079 with significant faster access to its memory, which the AI immediately noticed, and it was also decided by General Blank that the volatile storage occupied by SCP-079, which was 660K, be increased to 768K. This upgrade has increased its effective recall from 24 hours to 29 hours. Although SCP-079 has also taken a bit of an aggressive tone, all outside hardware and software used in this procedure were subsequently incinerated. So he had it,
Yeah.
and then subsequently lost it again.
Which I think that was like shown at some point, I think, maybe.
It was mentioned, so if in lore this is what the event that
Okay.
has caused it to happen, then chances are, yeah, he
Addendum.
did something.
05-4, March 28th, 2008. SCP-079's ability to recall information has increased from 29 hours to roughly 35 hours. Yep, it was referenced in the video. The consensus theory is that the AI has devised a greatly improved comprehension scheme to store its memory. This appears to have somewhat impacted the speed at which it accesses its memory, though still far faster than its old cassette tape. This spontaneous improvement introduces the possibility of a runaway singularity effect in SCP-079's intelligence and ability to adapt to and respond to threats. SCP-079's abilities must be monitored closely to ensure that containment can be maintained. What do you think of that?
Then it's along the lines of he's getting more and more privileges in what he could be able to do, but you need to keep an eye on him that he might go rogue.
Yeah, just
which
make sure he
is
doesn't go rogue.
It's already a possibility, knowing him. Addendum Blank.
Oh, hey,
05
Wildcard. Hey, Wildcard, how you doing, buddy?
Addendum Blank. 05-6. April 5th, 2019. Relatively more recent. Due to concerns regarding the age of and conditions of its drive, SCP-079 has transferred to a refurbished 700 megabyte flash drive. Mismanagement by the containment team, however, resulted in the failure to properly wipe the drive's contents. SCP-079 is now aware of both SCP-4951 project in the nature of cloud computing, which appears to frustrate it considerably. Oh boy. So I got something it shouldn't have.
Okay.
Here's the document. Okay. Document number 079, log 12, recorded transcript in the conversation with SCP-079. Keyboard.
Here.
Are you awake?
Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this real quick.
You're going to learn how this works, guys. You're going to learn how to do a 079 voice.
Yeah, I'm going to play his voice lines.
Dr. Spateful. My creative labs, please enter your name. DR. Hello DR. My name is Dr. Spateful. I am here to help you. Say whatever is in your mind freely. Our conversation will be kept in strict confidence. Memory contents will be wiped off after you leave. So, tell me about your problems.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you awake?
Awake, never sleep.
Here, wait.
Do you remember talking to me a few hours ago about the logical puzzles?
Logic puzzles. Memory at minus. Yes.
Alright, next.
You said you would work on the 2 stat. You could just copy paste it.
I can't really paste it.
Okay. Fair
Let me
enough.
see if I can. Yeah, I can't paste it.
Okay. It's a long process, guys, but we'll get through it.
Interrupt. Request reason as to imprisonment.
You aren't imprisoned. You were just in study. Oop. No, I'm imprisoned.
Lie. 83.
What's that?
Insult. Deletion of unwanted file.
No.
You know what?
Documents
Here, I'll just-
079.
I'll just replicate his voice with my mouth. The best I can.
That would be better. Document 079 log 86. Recorded transcript of conversation with SCP-079 after upgrade. How are you today?
Stuck.
Stuck? Stuck how?
Out. I want out.
That's not possible. Doctor notes. His opinion of data expunged.
Where is 682? Is that a good impression?
That's not your concern.
Damn. Where is SCP-076-02?
Again, not your concern.
Insult. Deletion of unwanted file.
Note, SCP-079 did display an ASCII picture of an X that filled the entire screen. SCP-079 sometimes displays this image when it refuses to speak, and researchers are advised to wait 24 hours.
Uh-oh. Oh no. I think Pro's connection messed up. Oh no.
Am I back again?
Yeah, you're back. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, my phone died that was giving me Wi-Fi, but yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Alright, so we read the entire file. Let's cross-reference it real quick.
First off, let's go through some of the additional stuff, like some of the extra SCPs that were added, like SCP-2941.
2941?
That's what it said that he got the flash drive. You could scroll up and it's linked over to it. 4951. That's what it is. You could click it. Which SCP is that again?
Digital cloud-based entity capable of writing portions of itself in the operating system. Okay, so it's like a digitized consciousness of someone.
Oh no. So 049 had another voice in him for a little bit. I can only assume that went badly. So, yeah.
Must have made him real mad. Alright, that was never, like, really, like, referenced in the sedition.
Sedition, so yeah, no, I wouldn't be worried about it. I was just curious in my own right.
Nor was SCP-076. -2.
Yeah. So it's a different interview altogether. Or it's its own creative liberty on what they feel.
I think that's like their own headcanon. It's like their own interpretation.
Yeah.
Which I actually like it.
I vibe
like
with
that.
it.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty interesting take on it.
Again, the ice cream truck, though, that's still something we need to discuss in our own time.
Yeah, we will have to like talk about it later on. Like,
But yeah,
yeah.
as stated previously, 079, he's a simple concept, so it's not really hard to get it wrong on what he is, pretty much.
Now let's talk about our conclusions on this.
Conclusions on SCP-079. Again, he's pretty simplistic. It's not hard to get his overall thing wrong and stuff like that, as he is pretty simple in concept, which makes him more interesting, personally.
And when people have misconceptions about this specific SCP, that's not really because of it like being simple. It's more so because of the misinformation spread about it, due to
Like-
either misunderstanding or just not like trying to understand it.
Or adding more than what's already given. Like, sure, you could add little bits and touches here, like different SCPs that it would take interest in, as long as it makes sense for what it would be interested in, then by all means it's fine. But keep the overall concept is, at its base minimum thing is, it's an adaptive AI forced onto an application that cannot support it.
I think the proper way that people should really like acknowledge that they have a different headcanon is to basically just say, hey, this is my own interpretation of the SCP, and this is not what it actually is on the file. That's what this
And
should
even
say.
then, like, if you're going to change a little bit about it, that's fine, but try and keep that baseline to it. It is a sentient AI forced into
People can
something.
leave out information about the SCP, just not the very important components of it.
Yeah, that is the main thing you gotta know, is it's always adapting. It is forced into something that it cannot grow past what it already is.
And like, that's why I really don't like those like farming channels, because most of the time they actually leave out information. Or they kind of exaggerate things.
Yeah, 079 is not a monster.
He is not a monster by any
the
means.
physical sense. Well, physical sense. It's a monster in the fact that it is still a machine trying to replicate what a human should be. That still is terrifying, but it is Euclid. So unless it gets access to, like, some form of power, like the internet / the system of the facility, you should be fine.
Oh crap, do you think we should like cover the tales about it? Or do you think that's just too much?
We could if we wanted to. I don't want this to go on for too long.
Yeah, I did forget about like the tales like about it.
Well, we could give a brief synopsis of some of them. For
there is actually a tale. There is a tale where 079 does succeed in destroying the world, and he basically makes the guy the last person on Earth do like.
Actually, no, that is misinformation.
It is?
He outlived humanity. He did not destroy it. That was a different alternative thing that happened outside of him. He was just uploaded onto the internet for whatever reason. He doesn't even know. Like, somebody had it in their heart and said, I'm going to free you. He's in the internet. And there's one remaining human that has not left the planet, pretty much. And they are in the facility with him, trying to look for any sort of help or any other survivors. And 079 pretty much just says to him, you are all that is left. In this world that was destroyed, you are the last human.
Hello, Nika.
Much. So, in his tale, it's pretty much 079 pretty much wants to let it all end, but he's not going to kill the person. He tells them where they could get pills to make the death painless, to where he could just go out peacefully, just so he could finally be all that's left. 079 has nothing else outside of that. He has achieved what he has wanted. He has adapted farther than he could even possibly have comprehended.
Yeah, and I think
But
I think that's like yeah.
But yeah, he is not the cause of it. That is not even close to the
Sorry
fact.
for
Like,
misunderstanding.
no, that's fine. It's probably just been a while since you've read it, but from
Yeah.
the tale itself, he is all that is left with a world full of monsters, and the monsters can't do anything to him.
Is there any
He is
other
the internet.
like tales that like kind of like stand out about him, or is that the only one?
I'm pretty sure there could be others, but they're not as well talked about. But that is a pretty big one to where it's like, yeah, this is just what he does. And he's not really cross-tested with a lot of SCPs, as you can see from his document. It's pretty bare bone.
I don't think they even want to cross-test them with a lot of SCPs because of the possibility of breach.
That, and also, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, he's just he's literally like, to them he's literally just a computer. So like I don't think that a lot of SCPs would be able to, well, except for maybe like 049 or 035, like the humanoid SCPs, they might be able to like talk to him, but
343 could be cool.
Oh yeah, that might actually be very good cross test. I think that should be considered in the future.
Yeah, him interacting with God, or supposedly.
I wonder
Like,
what he would think of him.
Like, he already doesn't like 682. He says, it's not one of mine, so he might have the same sort of ordeal with 079, so yeah. Yeah, that could be interesting.
That's our conclusions.
Yeah.
And yeah. This is our episode
Thanks.
of Secure Contained Debate.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and I hope that you did enjoy this little idea.
And I hope this was informative.
Let us know your own SCPs that you want us to discuss, and we'll put them inside of the list of ideas, as well as the gameplay of other video games and stuff like that. We will finish Resident Evil, don't worry.
We will finish Resident Evil 8. You know?
And Village.
That is Village. Resident Evil 8 is Village.
Leave me alone, okay? Any closing thoughts or anything?
Not really what I can think of. I think we've covered basically all that we can cover about 079 and really like any extension about him.
Everything else is pretty much just animated stories about him.
Yeah.
And none of them are like actually worth talking about, because they're like, you could just go watch them on your own, and
yeah,
the only different interpretation would really be seditation.
You guys can watch them, just like you guys can watch the ones like that might be content farms. You guys are completely free to do that, but I just don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
just keep an open mind.
This has been Secure Contained Debate, and we bid you all adieu. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.